compromise and the dualist era. After the revolution and the War of Independence, Hungary was governed by a military dictatorship. Haynau wanted to achieve revenge and intimidation, but he was forced to resign in 1850. The forfeiture theory characterized Hungary that time, which led to an armed revolt against the ruler in which Hungarians forfeited the ancient constitutional privileges given to them in the Golden Bull and the Pragmatic Sanction. It was called Neo-Absolutism or Bach period. Owing to the evolved situation, many measures were taken to centralize and unify the empire. For instance, Hungary was considered as a subordinate province of the Habsburg Empire, German became the official language, administrators were called Bach hussars, a railway system was built so as to connect Hungary with the western provinces, and a network of police informers, censorship, regiments of the Austrian army were present in Hungary. In 1850, Deák, the sage of the nation, was invited to take part in a conference in Vienna, but he refused the invitation because he didn't want a cooperation with the Habsburg authorities. Therefore he refused to take office and avoided the payment of taxes. His act was the so-called passive resistance. Soon it became the dominant type of political attitude in Hungary during neo-absolutism. Deák and his followers were convinced that the Habsburg Empire was an indispensable balance of power and also a very important protective shield for Hungary against the Germans and the Slavs. In exchange for Hungary's support, Deák and his followers wanted to achieve Hungarian self-government within the empire. In the late 1850s, Austria was in a disadvantageous situation because it lost the support of Western powers because of Hungarian emigres. Furthermore, the relationship between Austria and Russia became worse due to the Crimean War, and the Franco-Sardinian-Austrian War broke out in 1859 and ended in a humiliating defeat at Solferino, which led to the structural weakness of neo-absolutism. Due to the negative international background, the nobles became more and more indebted. However, Austria was even in a deeper crisis because it was threatened by financial and military crises. In April 1865, Deák published his point of view about the evolved situation in his important work, the so-called Easter Article, in which he initiated a constitutional compromise acceptable for both Vienna and Pest. As a response, Francis Joseph called the Hungarian parliament. However, Austria's position in the German world was challenged by Bismarck, who wanted to exclude Austria from a Germany united under Prussian hegemony. In the following Prussian-Austrian War, Austria suffered a humiliating defeat at Königgrätz in 1866, which meant that Austria became excluded from Germany. It was high time when Austria realized that without Hungarian cooperation they will not be able to preserve their status as a great power. In 1867, Count Andrássy Gyula was appointed the Prime Minister of Hungary, and Francis Joseph agreed to be crowned King of Hungary. The Parliament accepted the compromise. Francis Joseph was crowned in June 1867, and the Austro-Hungarian monarchy was born. It was a dual monarchy with two equal centers, Vienna and Pest. The two countries were equal, and the unity was secured by common affairs like finance, foreign and military affairs that were controlled by common delegations. The king had the right to control the army and to appoint ministers and accept laws. After the political compromise, an economic one was signed for 10 years, which made common currency, a single measure system, and the free flow of labor force and capital within the monarchy compulsory. In addition, Hungary was obliged to pay 30% of all common costs. As far as the compromise is concerned, it had both positive and negative effects as well. In one hand, both countries could become a stable state, and the economic compromise made the capitalist development possible that started in 1848. But on the other hand, the members of the opposition blamed Deák for giving up the country's independence. Furthermore, Kossuth, as one of the main opposers, sent his Cassandra letter to Deák in which he expressed his negative feelings in connection with the compromise.